Between 5 and 10, and not only from the one side, she's got a lot of different sides that she does rotate with weekly.
There should be no moral judgments about those sorts of things. That's up to the individual to make decisions about how they want to express their sexuality and get sexual pleasure.
Women aren't supposed to be sexually aggressive like that. It's supposed to be the bloke who's sexually aggressive. And if a girl wants that much sex, there's something wrong with her. It's suddenly she's strange or slut or sick or etc., you know. And it's just, I think that's just a societal moral norm.
The problem with that attitude is it can then drive men to mistreat women or be abusive to women who enjoy sex. The idea is that women who enjoy sex are somehow lesser human beings.
Would these girls be girlfriend material for me? No. Just after seeing what they're capable of, it would be hard to trust them. And there's nothing sacred with them, you know. It's sort of terrible.
I think the guys are more settled than that to think, well, if a girl's going to come on to me that hard in the first night or whatever, I don't know if I'd want that as a girlfriend material. But in saying that, I'm sure a lot of guys have got girlfriends who they may have met in the first night.
One of the boys called up a girl to come and pick us up. Within 15 minutes, this girl was standing outside the pub waiting for us. 4 of us piled in the back of her car. We went down to one of the boys' houses, undid the fold-out couch, and before we knew it, there was 5 nude bodies, all laughing, carrying on, having a good time. I think the girl was having a good time. I'm pretty sure she was.
The girl's body tends to get lost in there, and the girl, as an individual, as a person, gets lost. And it becomes more a case of, what's my mate doing, you know? And it's laughter between these mates, and we're going through this sexual experience together. And it's not that you erotically admire your friend's body or whatever. It's just these bodies, again, going through a similar experience, and they're laughing, the humour behind, and they find the humour, until it becomes just about those bodies.
I was walking down the steps of this club, and a couple of players actually 2 players had sort of sandwiched me and said, fancy a threesome? And I kind of went, you know, a couple of your teammates were just in a bit of strife for that sort of behaviour, and it was all over the media. What are you doing? Like, I'm sure you're lovely guys, I'm sure you're just blind and you've had too many beers, but what are you doing? And then I walked away from that thinking, well, where's your head at?
We want to jump from today. 2 goals. We talked about it last week. It didn't happen. We're asking tomorrow.
Work up a good path, good sweat. Really focus on the job at hand. There's that aspect of team that in the end makes this a great game. That's why we're all here, because we love the process of being involved with a group of mates, going out there to get a job done. And it's not just that, it's the stuff that we do afterwards as well. But let's face it, you enjoy the beers a lot more if you've done the right thing on the ground. You enjoy the footy trip if you go on a footy trip as winners and not fucking losers. And that's a bit of where we're at today. We've got to decide whether we really want to be winners or losers. Come on. Support each other, be a great team, and the result will take care of itself. Come on, Brenda.
When the players go run out of team, the coach goes, you're one body. This is one body running out there. So they're used to that, doing things with other male bodies around, you know. The sweating, the interaction, you know, the touching. And so when they do the same thing with group sex, it's not so strange to them.
Well, yeah, we were on a rugby trip, and one of the guys had been staying at this particular house. The next night after the game, we all ended back at his place, and we were all in the kitchen. Next thing, 2 or 3 of the boys went off upstairs with the woman, and that's when it all started.
That's getting too intimate.
Quite a number of the blokes in the team went up and enjoyed her services. There were blokes standing outside the door wanking themselves off to try and get a hard on, you know, so that they could go and have their turn. It all went off without a hitch, and it was a sort of team effort because it was up to the blokes who weren't on the job, so to speak, to keep the husband downstairs talking so that he didn't miss his wife. sort of enjoyed themselves, and I'd say the majority of them were probably married men too. There was one bloke there, he tried to stick his willy in the wrong hole, and she complained about it, but he still enjoyed himself when he found the right place to put it, so to speak. Oh, dearie me.
That's right, Dr. Tim.
I have been around, it has happened, and there may be little jokes and gestures about it later on, around during the day or whatever. Yes, it has gone on.
When footballers go on tour, and in particular in that sort of heightened scenario that the touring is all about, you just often get situations when girls get involved who have no idea what they're in for when they go off with a footballer late at night.
Yeah, me and my friend, I slept with the whole side. He was involved also. I was a willing participant, and but my friend, wasn't too happy about it. She was in the room and she was sleeping with two of the guys, and then one of the guys come out and grabbed another four of them, and they went in there. She was pretty drunk at the time, and I think she was okay at the time, but the aftermath wasn't very nice. Yeah, she was just a pig on the spit, that's what they said. And whether they're married or not, it doesn't matter. They don't even care what you look like. Bottom line, you're just a pussy to them.
I can't even comprehend how scary it would be if you weren't familiar with the situation and what's expected, and you're trying to work your way out of it. And these guys are taking it as signals that this is an opportunity to go further. And it must be horrendous. I can't really comment on that too. Yeah.
I was pretty sort of infatuated, had a huge crush on a young football promising player, which I think every girl in the gang kind of did. We ended up going to this nightclub and all the football players would get in, and I just remember it being a kind of a sea of swimming music and lights. This boy that I had actually liked was there. He and a couple of friends then took me back to their house, and he then jumped on top of me and had sex with me. And I remember just alone there thinking, oh God, I'm out of my depth, and I couldn't say no, and I didn't know what to sort of do. I was sort of more like a lump, really. I think pretty out of it. They'd fed me a few more drinks and whatever. And then his brother had sex with me, and I can't quite remember if the third person did. I don't think they had any sense that there was a person under them. I just remember getting home and sort of going to the bathroom and there just being a mass of blood all the way down my legs and on my jeans, and just thinking, how am I going to fix all that up and keep quiet?